Welcome back. This morning, millions of people across the central U.S. are bracing for another round of severe weather after a tornado outbreak this weekend left communities reeling. These sights were all too common. At least 28 people killed in Missouri, Kentucky, and Virginia. Thousands of homes and entire neighborhoods damaged. And right now, an urgent search and rescue mission is underway across multiple states. St. Louis was among the hardest hit areas. A huge tornado there grew up to a mile wide with wind speeds above 140 miles an hour. And joining us now is the mayor of St. Louis, Kara Spencer. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us. You have said this is one of the worst storms in St. Louis history. Where are you seeing the most destruction right now? Can you just describe for us what you've seen?
Well, it has truly been horrific. The scale and the strength of this tornado has been unprecedented. Really, we had winds of up to 100 miles an hour, an 8-mile path of absolute destruction. This is, just to give you some perspective, an unusually long and intense tornado. They're usually just a touchdown or a couple miles. This went and tore through the entirety of North St. Louis here in our city, from the county border all the way through a very, very populated area. We have 5,000 buildings impacted. Thousands of families have been displaced through this. The destruction is truly, truly, truly phenomenal, and just absolutely devastating.
I mean, 5,000 buildings impacted. That's unreal. We know from the National Weather Service that their, at least preliminary investigation leads them to believe it was an EF3 tornado that hit St. Louis.
It's a high-end. That's right. It's a high-end EF3, possibly EF4. We know that this was just an absolutely just tremendous amount of power, wind, just destruction. We have estimated at this point well over $1 billion of damage throughout our community. And we have had such a tremendous response from the community. Elected officials at the local, state level and the federal level have been on site. Governor Kehoe flew in yesterday morning. Senator Eric Schmidt, everybody here on the local level has been hands on deck. We have had every major construction company in the region are rolling out trucks this morning to clear out debris and really help to make our community safer. Every single city department has been working around the clock since we declared a federal emergency Friday afternoon, a local state of emergency here Friday afternoon, working around the clock, clearing. We have cleared every street. We are talking about miles and miles and miles of streets that were obstructed, trees that had fallen. We had hundreds of utility lines down throughout the community. We don't even have a full account at this point of just how many people are how many wires are continued to be live and dangerous. But the work that our community has done is absolutely incredible. Everybody from the city workers, who, like I said, have been working around the clock to make our community safer. We went through the fire department, checked every single building in a complex grid throughout the area to ensure that we didn't have further loss of life. We've had, our forestry department, every single department clearing,
Wow.
just to make our community passable at this point.
It just sounds overwhelming, Mayor, with the extent of damage and the numbers that you are describing in terms of homes impacted, people impacted. My understanding is, as far as those lives lost, people ranging in age from 30 to almost 82 years old. So just deep devastation and heartache for your community. It sounds like an enormous recovery effort that's going to take some time. Do you have a sense of what exactly is needed most at this point? And are you getting the help you need, including not only from the regional resources that I know you're pulling in, but from federal as well?
I can tell you that on the local level, every organization, community member, elected official has been on point. What we need right now is federal assistance. This is where FEMA and the federal government has got to come in and help communities. Our city cannot shoulder this alone. The state of Missouri cannot shoulder this alone. We need partners at the national level, at the federal level, to step up and help. And this is not just true for St. Louis. Cities across the nation, when experiencing disasters such as this is what the federal government is for. We need your help. We need the help of the broader community. We have set up up a fund to help bring in some funding right off the bat, just to bridge that gap. But we need federal assistance. There is no
FEMA
way.
there? Is FEMA on the ground yet?
FEMA has not been on the ground. We do not have confirmed assistance from FEMA at this point. I do want to say, however, every other level of government has been on the ground with us, helping in every capacity possible. But when you have a disaster of this scale, 8 miles of just pure destruction. This tornado didn't just touch down and leave. This tornado ripped through our community for a full 8 miles in the city of St. Louis. And this is an area that has needed help, that we need investment. Our North St. Louis has been neglected for a long time, and we need the help of our partners here. We are so grateful for this opportunity to talk to a wider audience here, just to show just how much destruction has happened here and how our community has truly come together at this point. But we can't do it alone.
Mayor Cara Spencer, thank you for taking the time and helping to shine light on what you all are enduring, and best of luck in the road to recovery.
Thank you. And I'll just share, we do have a fund set up if your listeners want to help, stlstormrelief.org. We are taking contributions, and we are welcoming the assistance of partners across the United States at this point. Thank you.
Okay, thank you again, Mayor. Appreciate it.